Welcome everyone to the Gen 1 journey, and by welcome I mean welcome back to the Gen 1 journey. We are finally starting Pokemon Red, a whole new team to take to Pokemon Stadium at the end of this run. Oh yes, if you don't know what the Gen 1 journey is where we take 3 Pokemon teams, one from each of Yellow, Red, and Blue, to Pokemon Stadium, and then at the end trade an amalgam team of the best performers to take on the hardest challenges of Pokemon Stadium. So far, we have completed Pokemon Yellow, who did the Poke Cup, and on streams completed the Pika Cup and Petite Cup for Pokemon Stadium. So, we also played through some of Gym Leader Castle, but unfortunately, Yellow's team, mostly my fault, just wasn't up to snuff. So let's see if Pokemon Red will be any different. Oh yes, I cannot wait. Welcome back to the Gen 1 journey. My name is Oak. I gave him a very different voice last time. People call me the Pokemon Professor. This world is inhabited by creatures called Pokemon. For some people, Pokemon are pets. Others use them for fights. That's us. Myself, I study Pokemon as a profession. First, what is your name? Red. So your name is Red, the classic name for the classic character. This is my grandson. He's been your rival since you were a baby. I don't remember his name because I'm a terrible grandfather and a terrible human being. But anyway, you're 10, you could probably go out into the world and explore dangerous places. By the way, his name is Blue. I remembered now and totally wasn't stalling. Your very own Pokemon legend is about to unfold, or you'll die a horrible death to like a Growlithe in the middle of the desert somewhere. Sounds like a you problem. Let's go. I'm going to shrink you down to Chibi now. Pokemon Red. Now, if you notice, all the colors are a little wonky. That's because this game came out before the Pokemon color. So, it should all be in black and white. However, if you play it on the Game Boy color, not Pokemon color, you get a few colors. Just not, not the depth that we got in Pokemon Yellow. But everything still looks fine. Everything looks fine. If you want me to go to black and white, please leave a comment about it, and I will switch it back to the black and white version. Oh yes. Oh yes. Hello, Blue. Gramps is around. I still sound like this. Okay, well, I don't want to do that voice, so I'm going to walk away from you now. Yep, we can't do anything in Pallet Town, our hometown, until we leave. We go on an adventure. Apparently, we are completely unable to leave these 4 buildings without being in horrible danger. You'd think the government would, like, cut the tall grass so there would be roads that wouldn't be filled with Pokemon that could potentially harm or, say, murder 10-year-old children. But here we are in the Pokemon world, so none of it needs to make sense, right? We're basically going to be doing superpowered cockfightings, except with, like, superpowered cocks. I mean, chickens. I mean, there is a superpowered chicken in the 3rd game. I don't know if there's no chickens in this. I mean, there's birds, but there's no chickens. So, last time we started with a Pikachu. And we used Miri the Venusaur. So instead, we're going to start with Charmander. Now, a lot of the sprites will be different and will also be very odd. Some of the sprite work will be very, very odd compared to what you're used to. A lot of the Pokemon will look very, very different. We are going to name... What are we going to name Charmander? Last time we named all the Pokemon after friends. This time we'll name them... We will name them after... Ooh, I know. I can nerd this up. We're going to name them after layers of different areas from D&D lore. Different existences beyond the normal Dungeons & Dragons world. Avernus, the first layer of the 9 hells. Perfect, because the first layer is also a fiery layer, and Avernus will be strong. Now, whatever Pokemon you take, Blue will receive the opposite. In this case, this asshole, who I guess I shouldn't call him an asshole. He is only 10, but look at his stupid pointy hair. I hate him. We'll take whatever Pokemon is strong against ours. Not that it'll really matter early game, but it will matter. Trust me. So for us taking Charmander, he will take the opposite, Squirtle. In Pokemon Yellow, he gains an Eevee that he can change into one of the original evolutions, depending on what you do. But we are just going to end up with a Squirtle. So, you know. Now, because Growl isn't that great, I just prefer to use just scratch, and if you get in trouble, use the potion we got from the PC. If you lose this match, it doesn't matter. It really, really doesn't matter. Tail Whip is so much better than Growl early on. Like, Growl decreases attack power, and I would just rather have the ability to decrease defense, because look at that. That's what decreasing our defense does to us. And against Squirtle, I would really like the ability to lower its defense, because it has good defense. But Avernus wins, and Avernus levels up. I picked the wrong Pokemon. What the fuck is this? Okay, I'll make my Pokemon fight to toughen it up, and then I'll kick your ass. And I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever, kid. I've been playing this game since literally you were first existed. Like, when the developer came up with you, Blue, I was in existence. I was old when this world was young. I'm not that old. Well, I am actually as old as Pokemon. We came out in the same year. Ha! Hilarious. Ooh, look at this Pidgey sprite. That is just a bird. There's like no Pokemon part about it. That is just a bird. I mean, look at it. It's just a fucking bird. Ooh, a nice little crit. Nice, good. Pidgey is actually a pretty good starting Pokemon, but we're not going for Pidgey. There is a Pokemon in the starting area that we actually want, though, early on. But not quite yet. Not quite yet. We can't catch any new Pokemon because Professor Oak is an asshole and probably told the Pokemart not to sell us any Pokeballs yet. So if you talk to this guy, this fine fellow, he gives you a potion. How nice. I hate your hair. And he's like, what? And then I walk off like a baller. New Pokemon, Rattata. Don't look directly at its teeth. It looks like a nutsack. So Rattata is another normal type. Similar to Pidgey, but without the flying type added on. And if anything, Pidgey is more dangerous early on. Rattata and its evolved form are actually pretty good Pokemon. And pretty good starting Pokemon. And we're actually going to get ourselves a Rattata early on. Not that he'll be super useful early on. But he'll be good. He learns a very good move for early game by Cerulean City, which we want. He won't be very helpful against the first gym leader. He'll be completely useless against Brock, in fact, except to maybe, like, tail whip someone for 20 minutes, and then hope. But, and it's a big round but, he'll be helpful for the second gym, where he'll probably be the only Pokemon who can do jack diddly shit against Misty, considering what our next Pokemon will be. So, Rattata, even though he will be on the team, Raticate will not be on the final Stadium team. But when we're doing this Stadium team, we're not necessarily going after, like, the best of the best Pokemon. We're going after some good Pokemon, but a lot of times it's just interesting Pokemon that I didn't get to use a lot, or that people don't use a lot. Now, first things first, we gotta do an errand for Professor Oak, because he's a complete douche nozzle. I've just been very insulting to every NPC I come across. I don't know what kind of mood I'm in where that's just what's happening. But maybe if they let me catch Pokemon for once. Oh, hell. Now, just like the Pokemon Yellow playthrough, I will be editing out any confrontations with Pokemon we have already met, except for trainer battles. Every trainer battle will be shown. But every time, like the Rattata, that was Rattata we saw again, and so I will be editing out that confrontation, that battle, because there's no point to see 15 different Rattatas or Pidgeys in a battle, right? There's just no point. I will be trying to catch every new Pokemon that I come across, but that doesn't necessarily mean I'll be able to. Just because. I will be catching the legendaries, but I will not be using any of the legendaries. So this team, this final team, and the amalgam team will not have any legendaries, including the birds on them. I can't do it, so I want you two to fulfill my dream for you. Get moving, you two. You're both 10, but you could probably do this. Alright, Gramps, leave it all to me. Red, I hate to say it, but I don't need you. I know, I'll borrow a town mat from my sis. I'll tell her not to lend you one, Red. I'm such a little jerkwad. My hair changes direction depending, so I think I got like some kind of crazy widow's peak going on or something like that. Anyway. Not widow's peak. Frickin' alfalfa look. Remember alfalfa with his little hair? That's what Gary looks like, I think. With that little pointy end. Please, Avernus leveled up. Please don't get in my way. Get the fahibus out of the way. Thank you. Ugh, my god. What an asshole. Alright, now, first things first, we want to get some Pokeballs because we can catch ourselves a little Rattata. Now that we've done that errand for Professor Oak, we can actually buy some Pokeballs, which is nice. I'm gonna buy 7, that sounds good. Sounds like a good number, and I'm going to catch a Rattata, and by the time you see me next, I will have healed up, and both Rattata and Charmander will be level 9. And there's a reason I want to do that. So I will see you in but a moment. Alright, and we're back. We have gotten up our 2 Pokemon up to level 9. We've also caught some interesting Pokemon, but before, we're not really going to look at them right now because I want to show them off. We caught a Pidgey, and then there's some Pokemon we haven't seen before. That's interesting. Now, Krigala is the name of our Rattata. Krigala is the first layer of the Beastlands in Dungeons & Dragons lore. A fitting name for a rat, I think. Krigala has interesting attacks. Tackle, which is just, scratch, basically. And then Quick Attack, which always goes first, unless another Pokemon also uses Quick Attack, in which case goes off their speed. Now, as you can see, Avernus is also level 9, and Avernus learned Ember, a Fire-type move. Now, here's an interesting thing to keep track of, called the Stab bonus. Whenever a Pokemon uses a move that's the same type as it is, it deals additional damage with that move. Very nice. So even though they both have a normal type move in Scratch and Tackle, Krigala will actually do more damage with it. So if we look at the stats, attack, that is physical prowess, certain types are physical types in the first 3 gens, such as normal, fighting, rock, ground, stuff like that. Now, defense is physical defense against those types. Speed is just who goes first, and then special is both special attack and special defense. In Gen 2, they're separated into 2 different stats, but very importantly, in Gen 1, they're 1 stat. So fire is a special type, which means that when Avernus uses Ember, it uses his special stat. Also, at the same time, whenever someone hits him, like say with a grass-type move, it would use his special stat for a defense against that. So he has pretty good stats all around already. And then, of course, Krigala actually has higher attack and lower speed, because Krigala, as a normal-type Pokemon, doesn't have to use special-type moves as much. So, now that we have taken care of getting our team up to level 9, now we can deal with this pointy-haired asshole, alfalfa-looking motherfucker over here. We might actually run into a Pokemon here. That would be interesting. Ooh, probably something new, probably something interesting. Another bird, but a different kind of bird. God, this is such a weirdly proportioned sprite. This is Spearow. We actually already caught one. This is the opposite to Pidgey. It's a pretty good normal flying type overall, probably a little more aggressive option, and starts, importantly, with Peck, which is a flying type move, as opposed to Gust, which is a normal type move. So if you're looking for a flying type Pokemon with flying type, in general, for Viridian Forest, to make Viridian Forest a little easier for yourself, there you go. Now, I want Krigala out first, because it's time to take on exactly what I said. Not Widow's Peak having ass. Alfalfa looking ass. By the way, did your Pokemon get you stronger? Hell yeah, they did. I'm about to show you, boy. About to show you, son. Welcome back to the second battle with Blue. Now Blue has a Pidgey, a freaking bird. I'm gonna beat the snot out this bird. Want to do Tail Whip, Kragala. Ooh, very nice. Sand Attack missed, which is nice. Kragala has some attack power behind his. Damn it. Although he won't be able to do anything with that attack stat. His attack stat's actually higher than Avernus, which is interesting. Now, I've been using Tail Whip, which has lowered its physical defense, so I want to use Scratch, if Scratch would hit. If every time Sand Attack hits me, I just lose accuracy, which is really bad. Okay, we're gonna switch back out to Kragala, because now, his accuracy is really low. Oh my god, no one will hit. Oh my god, no one's hitting. Thank you. Sand Attack failed. Nice. Get him. Kill him. Just hit. Thank you. Holy shit. Holy moly, that was so extremely annoying. I actually could have lost there just because of that Sand Attack nonsense going on. Wow, that was annoying. We just want to go for Scratch here. Squirtle has pretty good defense, so he'll survive pretty much whatever we do. I'm not worried because we still have that potion in our back pocket that will restore 20 HP. Squirtle fucking us up here with Tail Whip is kind of scary, though. Let's see what Tackle does. Not as much as I was expecting with 2 Tail Whip. Squirtle's attack power is not as high as Avernus's. That's why he has to keep using Tail Whip to really bring the pain. Unfortunately for him, we might just run him over here. I'm okay with Avernus going down here. Kragala can get the final hit. I'm okay with it. I just don't mind. We're gonna win because Kragala will outspeed. Kragala's speed is higher, so we outspeed the Squirtle, especially if we use Quick Attack and finish him. Very nice. That battle would have gone way better for us if we didn't just get spammed with frickin' Sand Attack over and over and over again. Ah, you just lucked out. I hit like 2 of 8 attacks after getting Sand Attack, so I don't want to hear about luck from you, asshole. Don't want to hear it. Don't want to hear it. Alright, so we can go left, but there's nothing over there to do right now. It's the Pokemon League without gym badges. There's nothing for us to do there. We'll just get stopped by the guard immediately. So let's heal up, and we're going to buy some important items before we continue on. I want to get Avernus up, too, so the good thing is Viridian Forest is full of bug Pokemon. Lots and lots and lots of bug Pokemon, and bug Pokemon are weak to fire. And considering our starter Pokemon is fire, this is going to be a fantastic place for Avernus to get strong. Avernus kinda isn't doing a lot for us right now. Oh my god, I didn't want to do that. He's kind of on the weaker side, but don't you worry, soon his power will grow and so will mine. Now, first things first, we want to buy a couple Pokeballs. 5 should be fine. I want to buy a bunch of antidotes. Because there are Pokemon in that forest that can poison you and poison you easily. Now, I do want to go for all the trainers in Viridian Forest just so they can give me money. Every time you beat a trainer, they will give you that all-important moolah. So that's how you make your money in the game, so no hunting. There's not really anything else we can do in Viridian City right now. You can already start to meet some new Pokemon in that patch of grass, but what we want to do is go up into the forest and listen to this music. I remember this music so well. This music is ingrained in my soul. I remember this music so well. I also remember the layout of this place perfectly. Oh, that's new. So yeah, we can meet up with Bug-type Pokemon here. And Bug-type Pokemon, you may actually end up using against Brock, the first gym leader. There are 2 strategies. One is Poison Fishing, where you take Weedle and his evolution line and try and poison Brock's Pokemon with just repeated poison stings. The more effective option is to use Caterpie's line, get a Butterfree up to level 12, where it learns Confusion, and go from there. So this is a new Pokemon, a bug poison type Weedle. Weedle can easily poison us, dealing damage over time, including on the overworld. So we want to just burn him away. And we want Avernus to be getting all of the kills right now. We want Avernus to get strong, because Avernus is actually going to be our ticket to beating Brock. Caterpie is down, a bug-type Pokemon, doesn't have the poison. They both evolve into these cocoon Pokemon, and then from there into two very different Pokemon. But they both evolve very early, so if you want some early game power, there you go. Here is Kakuna, the evolved form of Weedle, and look at that sprite. That sprite is so weird with the arms sticking out. Those aren't supposed to be arms. Those are just supposed to be attachments to the cocoon itself, parts of the cocoon. This is the evolved form of Weedle, bug poison type. If you look at it wild, all it can do is harden. Now, if you didn't buy any antidotes, there is an antidote above us. I'll show you that in a second. But first, let's kick some bug catcher ass. You're going to be doing that a lot in the early game. For like the first 3 gyms, yeah, you're going to be fighting a lot of bugs. Unfortunately for them, Ember seems to wreck their shit. As long as you don't get poisoned all as well. Avernus already level 11. Nice. Once he hits level probably like 12 or 13, I'll switch him out. Gosh, such a weird looking sprite for Kakuna. Kakuna's not supposed to have arms. Now, the best way to train up a Weedle line or Caterpie line is to catch them as Weedle or Caterpie, because if you catch the Cocoon Pokemon wild, they only know Harden, which only increases your defense. They have no offensive abilities. If you evolve them from Caterpie or Weedle, they keep their offensive abilities. You can also catch a very interesting Pokemon here you've probably heard of before, called Pikachu. This is the first area of the game where you could potentially run into a Pikachu. They're a rare spawn, but they are here, and there. Somewhere in this forest, there are Pikachu. Wow, the spawn rate is being very kind to me today. Come over here, get a potion. Just regular healing potion. Wow, the spawn rate is being so nice to me today. What's the hurry? What's the hurry? I'm trying to do the Gen 1 journey here. I got like 3 Pokemon games to go through. Bring it on! Let's do this already. I think her Weedle's gonna get one-shot by Avernus. Avernus! Cooking. Nice. Oh, we lived! Spring Shot lowers our speed. I don't know. We're still higher level. Nope, we got outsped, but Scratch will just finish it, especially with a crit. Crits in Gen 1 do double damage, I want to say. Red defeated Bug Catcher. Again, you're good at this. So this guy will tell you that there are items on the ground. So I don't remember exactly where this is. It might not be on this route. On this side. I also want to potentially run into other Pokemon. It's in founded forests eating leaves. It has a sharp, venomous stinger on its head. Okay. There's an item somewhere here. Maybe only in yellow? Oh well. I'm not that bothered by it. God, that's the oldest looking man I've ever seen. Mr. Frickin' Professor Farnsworth over here. What the hell is this? Hot damn, you're old. Alright, we have made it through Viridian Forest in record time. That was like way faster than it could have been. Way faster. I shouldn't have bought all those antidotes, but I can always sell them. Welcome everyone to Pewter City. Now, before we finish today's episode, I want to burn Geodude and Onix alive. And if you don't know what those Pokemon are, you're about to find out. So here's the problem. Brock's Pokemon are rock, which are resistant to normal type damage. So all the normal moves you've been very used to so far, and poison moves, they're resistant to. They're also resistant to fire, which won't help us very much. They also have sky high defense. Both of his Pokemon have very high defense. For this early on especially. So your normal and poison type moves will do jack diddly squat. Now, if you have a grass or water type Pokemon, you will run over this gym. Absolutely run over this gym. I'm not going to fight that guy. I'm Brock. I'm Pewter's gym leader. I believe in rock hard defense and determination. That's why my Pokemon are all the rock type. You still want to challenge me? Show me your boobs. Yeah, I almost say boobs. Show me your boobs. Brock is like, damn, Brock. What the hell? Show me your boobs. I think I burped a little bit midway, and that's what was going on there. So, why have I brought a fire type against these rock ground Pokemon? Also, look at Geodude's sprite for this. It's and his left arm. It's so weird. Let me put these down. Let me put these down. I shouldn't be playing with those. I was playing with dice in my hand. I was like, that's probably gonna get picked up in the mic. I shouldn't do that. Here's the problem. Avernus can only do the fire, but it's a big, round, juicy butt. It does special damage, and Geodude and Onix's special are not that high. So when we do Ember here, it still does a little damage. And what we're going for is trying to burn them. Ember has a chance to burn, causing significant damage over time and massively reducing their attack power. So we want to just keep burning. And there's even better things we can do with Onix. So I'm okay with getting a little low right now. I have potions, and using potions, we should easily be able to defeat Brock. So his defense curl is increasing his physical defense only, so it does nothing against Ember. So we've defeated Geodude easily, and now we're even stronger as we hit level 13. And you can see our special is now 20. Pretty good. No, we will not switch out against Onix. Onix is a great Pokemon this early on just because of his super high defense. He has a fantastic defense. Ooh, sorry about that. So if we do Scratch, it'll do nothing. Another problem, both these Pokemon are immune to electric attacks. They are also ground type, which is immune to electric attacks. So if you're playing yellow and you have your Pikachu, forget about it. You have to bring other Pokemon, like the fighting move, Double Kick, that the Nidorans can learn in yellow, Confusion from Butterfree, Mankey low kick, as you can get a Mankey very early on in yellow. Moves like that. Or of course, if you started with Bulbasaur or Squirtle, all is well. Now that Bide move, Onix will not do anything for a couple turns while he takes damage. If you hit him during that time, he will unleash his power at like double whatever you gave him. So if you see him doing that, if you see him using Bide, just growl over and over and over again, reducing his attack power. Don't attack during Bide. But like if he tackles me, it'll do nothing. So we've done it with a couple crits. We didn't even burn him, which we have a chance to. We have just forced our way through Brock. It's not that hard with Charmander. It's a lot harder in Pokemon Yellow. As proof of your victory, here's the Boulder Badge. That's an official Pokemon League badge. Its bearer's Pokemon become more powerful. Technique Flash can now be used anytime. Not that we're going to learn Flash for a long time. And then for our trouble, he's going to give us Bide. Bide's okay. It can help you train some new Pokemon up that can't really learn any other moves early on. Oh yeah, that guy won't attack us anymore. Once you beat the gym leader, all the gym trainers stop fighting. And that's that. We have completed Pewter Gym in the first episode by easily running over Brock. Easily running over Brock. Brock has a hell of a reputation, but just get your Charmander up and just Ember the hell out of him. Your Charmander gets too low, use a potion. Ember is a special move, and the Geodude and Onix's special is just not high enough to keep from being eventually just burned by them. That's all you need. That's all you need. Yeah, sure, it took a couple times. You're not going to two-shot them, but it's going to be a lot better than having your army of Rattatas and Pidgeys just try desperately to peck them to death. So thank you all so much for watching, and welcome back. This has been the Gen 1 Journey.